You finish a big meal, push your plate away, and tell yourself you're completely full. But just a few minutes later, one thought suddenly appears. I need something sweet. Maybe it's chocolate, ice cream, cookies, or a small piece of cake. The strange part is, you're not actually hungry anymore. So why does your brain keep asking for sugar when your stomach is already satisfied? Is your body missing something? Or has your brain been secretly trained to crave dessert after every meal? The answer has far less to do with hunger than you might think. You finish every bite, lean back, and feel completely full. Then, almost out of nowhere, your brain whispers, "Something sweet would be perfect right now." Sound familiar? It's one of the strangest things about the human brain. Even when your stomach is saying, "I'm done," your mind keeps searching for chocolate, cake, or ice cream. That's because fullness doesn't always stop cravings. Your stomach controls hunger, but your brain controls desire. And those two systems don't always agree. The surprising truth is that your brain isn't asking for more food. It's chasing one last burst of pleasure before it considers the meal truly finished. Here's where things get even more surprising. Your brain doesn't just remember what you ate, it remembers how the meal ended. If that ending is usually chocolate, ice cream, or a cookie, your brain starts expecting the same reward every time. The moment you finish eating, it predicts the sweet taste before you've even seen dessert. That's why the craving feels so real. It's not your stomach asking for more food, it's your brain trying to complete a routine it has repeated dozens, even hundreds of times. In other words, you're not chasing sugar anymore. Your brain is chasing the ending it has learned to expect. Here's the part most people never realize. Your craving may have started years ago. Every time you ended a meal with dessert, your brain quietly took notes. It learned a simple rule. Meal finished equals sugar comes next. After enough repetition, that rule became automatic. Now, you don't have to see cake or chocolate for the craving to begin. Just finishing your meal is enough to trigger it. Your stomach isn't making the decision anymore. Your brain is following a script it has practiced hundreds of times. And that's exactly why the craving feels so natural, even when you're completely full. This is where many people fool themselves. The moment a sugar craving appears, they think, maybe my body needs it. But if you've just finished a full meal, that's usually not true. Your body already has plenty of fuel. What you're feeling isn't an energy emergency, it's a brain prediction. Your brain has learned that something sweet always comes next, so it sends a craving before you even question it. That's why the urge feels so convincing. It's not your body running low on energy, it's your brain replaying a familiar pattern it has followed for years. Have you ever decided not to eat dessert? Then one look at a chocolate cake changed your mind? That's your brain working against you. The smell of cookies, the sight of ice cream, or even hearing the dessert menu can switch your reward system on in seconds. Suddenly, the craving feels impossible to ignore. The surprising part? You haven't eaten a single bite yet. Your brain is reacting to the expectation of pleasure, not the sugar itself. It's already imagining the taste, the satisfaction, and the dopamine that follows. By the time dessert reaches the table, your brain has almost made the decision for you. Here's the best part. Your brain isn't stubborn, it's adaptable. The craving feels powerful today because it's following a habit, not a necessity. The first few times you skip dessert, your brain will still expect its usual reward. That's normal. But every time you end a meal without sugar, you're sending it a new message. This routine has changed. Little by little, the expectation fades. One day, you'll finish eating and realize something surprising. The craving that once felt impossible to resist never showed up at all. The next time you finish a meal and suddenly think, I need something sweet, don't rush to the kitchen. Stop for just a second and ask yourself, is my body asking for sugar, or is my brain replaying an old routine? That simple pause can break a habit you've repeated for years. The truth is, the craving isn't your enemy. It's a message from a brain that's following familiar patterns. And once you understand those patterns, something incredible happens. You stop being controlled by cravings, and your brain starts following your choices instead.